A true leader is not a searcher of consensus, they're a molder of consensus. Politicians tell you what they want to hear so they can get in power and crap on the other party, so you'll give them $10 to go in power. They don't care about you. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. I'm going to be a molder of consensus because this country doesn't have a leader. In Albania right now, there's about 1 million people that have been on the streets for over 2 weeks, day after day after day after day after day after day. Why? Because the Kushners want to put a hotel, a resort, a $1 billion resort on their land. They want to protect their land. They want to protect their culture. They don't want rich people coming in there and taking away from them and increasing their housing prices. Do you know how much those people make in a month? About $850 to $900 US. That's what they earn in a month, net, after taxes. Their population's about 2.3 million. So almost about a third of their population are willing to go out while 20% of their country live in poverty and protest every goddamn day against a hotel. Now, let's look at the United States. We have a rapist in the White House. We have an illegal war. We've murdered 170 schoolgirls. We have a convicted felon in the White House. We have concentration camps where over 50 people have died. Women have lost their pregnancies. Data centers going up all over the place. We have a president that wants to be a fascist dictator and stop the midterm elections from being fair. And what are Americans doing? Being a leader is not about kissing your ass. You're being lazy shits. Some of you need a foot in your ass. Some of you need two. You're going to the NBA Finals. You're going to watch baseball games. You're watching FIFA. You're going to Netflix. You're going to see He-Man. You're going to soccer games. You're taking a walk. You're taking a nap. This country is not serious about stopping what's happened. One of my friends who happens to be black, she's like, why are nobody else doing a damn thing? She sees it. The 92% see it. Everyone that I've talked to in the black community sees it. They're like, we're done with this shit. You should be. Because for too long, white people have sit on their asses. And you don't want to be uncomfortable. And every time I make a video and tell Americans what you need to do, you don't want to do shit. You want to sit in your comfort and live off of breadcrumbs. The number one thing I get every time is, Paul, I'm poor. Paul, I can't. Paul, I'm poor. Paul, I need money. That's fine. Then do it. But don't give me that bullshit excuse when democracy's gone, when we no longer have elections. That's on you. Because you were not willing to be uncomfortable for somebody else. You only looked after me. While every other person in this country lost their jobs, were in concentration camps, etc., etc., etc. You sat there quietly and watched it happen. Day after day after day after damn day. Because you didn't give a shit to do something for somebody else. One of my friends that I used to be friends with, when the Dili concentration camp first opened, there was this horrible story about this girl that lost her pregnancy. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I can't even imagine it. You know what she said? I'm not going to sacrifice my family's comfort for a stranger. And that's exactly what Americans believe. That is what America is. It's me first and fuck everybody else. I'm looking out for me. That's fine. But don't call yourself the greatest country in the damn world, because that's what America has been founded on. We got 40,000 people that die every year from gun violence. The number one cause of death is shootings. Sorry, don't take my guns, libtards. Freedom, freedom, freedom. This country won't even pass a waiting period or to make sure guns are stored safe to save one life in this damn country. That's who Americans really are. We are selfish pricks. We talk about freedom and compassion, but we don't do a damn thing when it comes to sacrificing our personal comfort for somebody that we don't know. And Albanians that make $900 a damn month, with 20% of their country living in poverty, somehow almost 1 million of them for 2 weeks go out and protest a damn hotel. Now you tell me what's great about this country. You're right. We're not. We're fucking selfish. And when black people had to fight to be equal, they would protest for 1.5 years at a time just to be treated equal. And you know who stood by? The exact same people that are standing by now. People that look like me. I'm going to Netflix. I'm going to FIFA. I'm going to the finals. I'm going to a baseball game. I'm going to a soccer game. I'm going to a hockey game. I'm going to do everything except give a shit and be uncomfortable. And you think the No Kings protest did something. It doesn't do shit. Out of 380 million people, 8 million? That's it. That's it. Out of the entire country, 8 million on a Saturday. Cost $0. And only 8 million Americans got off their lazy asses and fucking protested on a Saturday. Now you remember that, America. Now you may not like my tone, but that's too bad. I am sick and tired of having leaders in our country, because they're not leaders. These politicians, as a majority, don't give a shit about us. You're not being used to being told what you need to do, and you need to be uncomfortable. And if you don't, then this country's going to burn to the ground. First, they came for the immigrants, but I wasn't an immigrant. I saw them in concentration camps. I went to an NBA Finals game. Then they came for the Muslims, but I had to go to an NBA Finals game. Then they came for the transgender athletes, but I had to go to an NBA Finals game. And then they came for the black people, but I had to go to an NBA Finals game. And then they came for me. And why do I bring up the finals? Because in New York, you have the NBA Finals where people were spending $8,000 to $100,000 to watch a fucking game. A game. And in New Jersey, you've got people protesting out there, getting illegally arrested by police. You got people eating moldy bread and maggots with foods in it. Women that aren't getting the cancer treating and the health care they need as being pregnant. And anybody in that fucking finals game could have said, you know what, coach? This is wrong. What's happening in this country is wrong. We're not going to play. And you could have done that, but you fucking didn't. Because you cared more about winning a fucking trophy than the people in those concentration camps. That's why America is not a great country. We want to be entertained. We want to make that cheddar. We want that money. We want that ad revenue. We want that signing bonus. We want that MVP's bonus. And I'm not poo-pooing them. But y'all could have said, we're not going to do this because we're going to stand up for what's right. And we didn't. It's your choice, America. You can continue making bullshit excuses and following political leaders that don't give a shit about you. And you can think that the midterms are going to save you. That's really cute. I think that's adorable. If you think the Democrats give a shit about you any more than the Republicans, they don't. They're Republican light. They're all getting paid from fucking Israel, who's murdering people in Gaza. They're all from the same bank account. Or you can shut it down and do what Albania does. That's up to you. But don't bitch and moan when your job is gone, when you can't pay your rent, when you can't make your car payment, when you have to choose between buying groceries and paying your health insurance. You remember what you did during this time when you had the option of doing something and you did nothing. We will not remember the words of our enemies, rather the silence of our friends. Evil succeeds when good people do nothing. And right now there's too many damn people doing not a damn thing. Have a white day.